Hey y'all, it's your fairy godmother coming to you at Ruthless Love 88. I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube, possibly Instagram as well. So welcome. It is Easter Sunday. I am not a Christian, but I am someone who believes in Christ consciousness and the power of that. And so, for those of you who are celebrating Easter, happy Easter. Generally, happy Sunday. This is usually a spirit day for me, meaning I insulate and just cleanse and talk to my ancestors, angels, and guides, and just be with myself. So, they wanted me to share this with you today, and I think that there's a really now or never energy to right now. So, it's just like if you want to do something, or this is something I've been wanting to see on YouTube for a while, and it's like I keep searching for it every once in a while. I've been an astrologer for 20 years and a tarot reader for most of that as well, too. I had a fairy godmother who got me into meetings of the National Council of Geocosmic Research, and so I was meeting world-renowned metaphysicists and things at the ages of 19, 20, 21. But reading was a good little slip because I was also reading them, and my godmother made sure that I shared my gifts even when I was afraid to. But this is a level of doing that I've been watching readers and like who I call my colleagues for a while, and wanted to see moon sign readings done because as an astrologer, the moon sign is very important. I think that finally people are getting the importance of the sun sign, the importance of astrology in general, and so happy that after 20 years of this kind of awakeness, people are finally being like, oh, let me check my chart. So the next level to that would be looking deeper into the chart. And so the moon sign to me is about the intermediary between how you see yourself, which is your sun sign, and how others see you, which is your rising sign and your ascendant. And the thing is, a lot of people don't experience themselves deeply as their sun sign until they're much older. Like I'm 39, so I really feel like a Leo now, but it was years before I really was expressing through my sun. And even now, and it's a lifelong journey of working into your center, which is really what your sun sign is. So I think that reading the moon sign is very important because the moon is like the reaction to the gap between how you see yourself and how others see you. And that's where I think emotions are generated. So when you feel anger or frustration, a lot of times there's a larger gap between how you're seeing yourself and how others are seeing you. And when you experience love and connectedness, that gap is very close. So never done this before. The one thing I see about readers, shout out to my favorite readers, my colleague Natalie Pichelle, who's great for Twin Flame and soul, what I call reunions, which is my specialty as well. I love Sal at Eat, Read, Love. He's amazing. And I love Amber Khan at The Quietest Revolution. So just want to thank them for inspiring me also to share my voice because they're amazing, loving, beautiful, generous souls. And I hope you check out their channel. I have a timer going. I'm going to do 5 minutes for each sign. I'm going to start with my own sign, Aquarius Moon. I've already set up the cards for Aquarius Moon because I just wanted to get an idea of how this was going to go. My ancestors are telling me how to do this. I've never done this before, so I'm excited to share this with you. So what we're going to do is I drew a card at the center. This is the first card that I drew, the Ace of Swords. A card for your rising, like basically how it is that other people are seeing you, and a card for your sun, how you're seeing yourself. But this is the Aquarius moon reading, so it really doesn't matter what the rising and sun signs are. You're looking at your moon sign, and from there, we're just going to talk about how you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and what action you might be able to take to close that gap. We're starting on the full moon cycle, so the full moon in Libra just passed. We will be experiencing the full moon in Scorpio next month when I'll do my next reading for you. Okay, so Aquarius moon, your first card out is the Ace of Swords. Fantastic. You know, how you're feeling is clear. If there was confusion, it's gone. You know why you're feeling it. You know what your truth is. You know who you are. We're expressing ourselves very well. And this is just a fantastic card of like new beginnings. You know, when it shows that we just finished a cycle. It may have been a difficult cycle, you know, in our soul's journey of just what is my truth? How do I communicate with people? You know, it's very difficult for Aquarians to be understood and have the experience of being understood. But when we have this card and this, you know, as our power, we're like really rolling with our ability to communicate, and we are powerful communicators for the collective. So that's a confirmation for me as well that this is a great time to like take this new beginning and share my own wisdom. I also they told me to check the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords. This is our card. I love, this is the ancient Egyptian tarot deck. I actually love this depiction of the Queen of Swords because she's holding that. She's just like, what? Like, and this is often how people feel, you know, when we tell her truth. It's like, but, you know, she's chilling. There's no anger there. There's no, you know, she's not vindictive. She's just like, this is, you know, my truth, and I'll hold you up like until you can, you know, let your body catch up with that, you know, your head. It's very, you know, we're very heady, we're very intellectual. So over here with how people are seeing us, it's the Eight of Swords. And this is a great representation of the Eight of Swords. Is like there's this gap. We kind of know where we want to get. We're not sure how we're going to get there, but there is a solution. It just hasn't presented itself yet. And this is very accurate. I mean, as soon as I finished the cycle that I was in, and I like, you know, sent messages out to my inner circle, the next day, you know, my brother, he's a Scorpio, he's a problem solver. He's like, okay, so what's next? And I'm like, oh my God, like I just got done with this 6 month like healing and all these things. I'm like, I don't know, you know. But it's not the I don't know of like, oh my God, I'm so scared, I don't know what's next. It's just like, I don't know. Kind of feeling behind this, if there was a major arcana, if you're on a, you know, if you're feeling good on that higher vibration, it's kind of a Fool card energy. It's like, I don't know, I'm at the beginning. This is how, you know, I feel. I don't know where I'm going next, but it doesn't matter. Like the solution will present itself when it presents itself. And then for how we're seeing ourselves is the Eight of Wands, which is fantastic. I mean, it's like I'm sending out communications. I'm talking to y'all. I'm delivering messages. I've got projects going that I'm in communication, you know, with everyone about. I've been a little insular over the weekend, but, you know, I'm really aiming for my goals, and I feel like I have a clear shot at pretty much everything I want, and that's amazing. That feels amazing. So let's see what the action that, you know, Aquarius moon wants to take, if they're, especially around this, like, this isn't actually how we're feeling, this is how other people are seeing us, but still, like, how people see us matters. So there's usually something there maybe we don't want to deal with, and that's the Ten of Swords, like the action that we could take to get free of, you know, that, like, I'm not really sure what's next energy. This is really interesting. It's like letting the cycle be closed. It's like letting sleeping dogs lie. Yeah, we've been through it. Like, people have, this is a card of like someone raiding a tomb raider, you know what I mean? I think we feel this way about, there are certain people in our lives that it's just like, oh my God, we've got the 10 swords in our back, you know, various levels of betrayal, really feeling hurt by the misunderstandings that people have had of us and our intentions. And this is like, just let it lie. It's kind of like, it's interesting that we're here at Ace of Swords, and this is where, you know, the action is just let everybody be here and recognize that, like, if you have anything to communicate, it's like, I just was betrayed by so many people in my life, or, you know, whatever the one situation was, 10 situations is what it's really saying. So like, I'm probably not ready. I'm speaking my truth, and I'm just going to let you know, like, I'm not here for like any kind of lies, betrayal, deceit, and you can take that somewhere else if you need to. But let people catch up. Like, you know, if there's someone in your life, they probably know that they've done this and they're not ready to communicate it. They have to experience their own karma and dharma around that. So that's just it. Let it be what it is. We don't like letting people catch up, Aquarius, but we have to. Sometimes we move so quickly. All right. Next up is the Pisces moon energy. So we're going to put these back in here. All right, Pisces. So maybe there's a little nervousness in your energy right now, a little jumpy. I understand that. So let's see what's going on with y'all. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Nice. Okay, this is where you're at. This is how you're feeling. The tides are shifting, changing. We just got done with that Mercury retrograde on Pisces. And, you know, I think Pisces moon, you're feeling like you're maybe like your shift is coming in, at least like something is lifting, getting the feeling, you know, Wheel of Fortune can be change of circumstances for the worse, but usually it is for the better. It's usually an upswing, and like, okay, you know, it's your new year. Pisces energy is like on its way up, and I think that you're feeling like you can, if you're not in the flow all the way yet, you're getting into it. Okay, so how other people are seeing you. We have Nine of Cups. Oh, wow, that's very beautiful. So, you know, you are about love right now. You're about partnership. You're about family. You probably have someone very special in mind. If you haven't met that person, it's like you have a vision. You know, I'm getting the feeling of like a vision board from this. Like, you are ready for love, and Nine of Cups is very, you know, in the traditional tarot, it's independence, but I love this depiction because it's really showing that when you're independent, you're actually, that's the place, when you're emotionally independent, you're calling in the one. And so people are seeing Pisces energy right now, since it just was Pisces and Sun era, with the Pisces sun conjunct a Pisces moon, you're going to be illuminated. And so you probably have some suitors, you're getting attention, people are seeing you as a viable partner. And that's always nice for the moon, because again, like maybe if you were feeling single and stuck and unnoticed, like that tides have changed. And then for how you're seeing yourself, temperance, and how you're, well, that's like, there is some patience still required. So even if maybe you have some offers, or people are trying to partner with you or start a family with you, I'm feeling some, it's not really hesitation like out of fear, but it's like, okay, I'm in the, like I said, you're not quite in the flow. We're not quite all the way like in the water right now. We're having a mermaid moment where it's like, okay, I have legs, I have fins, like what am I, do I want to be here with everybody else, and learn how to, you know, be on land? Not really. Do I want to just like dive back in the depths and, you know, hoard my Ariel stash of dreams like to myself? No, I'm ready to express. I want this. I want to participate. I want a partner, but I've got 1 foot on land. I've got 1 foot in the water, and I love the rainbow behind it, because it really is just a confirmation of that, of the rainbow energy, the Metatron energy on the Wheel of Fortune here. Just saying, like, you know, blessings are coming in for you, Pisces. Great. Be patient. you know, but essentially it's saying feel blessed. If there's any, you know, growth or action that you need to take, let's see. That's the Nine of Wands. So I can see now where the patience is coming in. It's like you're not quite complete with the cycle around like the actions that you need to take. And it is a confirmation that you do need to work together with people, you know, in your life. The people around you do want to help you achieve this. I think everybody like loves the Pisces moon person. Y'all are so sweet and so generous and just really bless us with. I have like a new soulmate who has a Pisces moon, and he's just so sweet. Like it's amazing, you know. But again, I kind of had the Aquarius moon conversation with him. Like, okay, I also like I just got out of all these things that are just I'm not feeling like I can jump into something. But so you're, you know, maybe a little bit burdened with the fact that people are still, you know, pushing boulders uphill and everything. And you're like, I mean, maybe you feel a little bit over that and just think everything should be easier, but you're still experiencing life as like, okay, I have to, whatever, do my chores. I still am at a job where I want to get, I have to get up earlier than I want to, or, you know, whatever those lingering irritations are. But overall, really good time for the Pisces moon, it looks like, in the coming months. So, yay, Pisces moon. All right, so we're back to the beginning with the Aries moon. Sun is in Aries right now. It's y'all's time. I have so many gorgeous Aries moon beings in my life. All are like the innocence of the zodiac. Aries moon is really lovely for that. Like, really, they're the only people I can ever like let say, you know, something to me like I'm colorblind. That kind of like, I don't understand racism. Like, y'all really don't get it. You're like, what? People are equal? I don't get it. So precious. So the Hierophant, that's a lovely energy for like how you're feeling right now. Again, a lot of people are actually feeling ready for partnership. I think a lot of transformations just happen and you're being blessed. I love how these two people are, you know, kneeling at the feet here, asking for a blessing. But again, the Trinity energy, just today being Easter, is really important for yourself being whole. So it's saying something to me like your divine masculine, feminine energies are in balance, and you are connecting with spirit, which is very important for Aries moon. Sometimes y'all can feel very disconnected from that like large godness, you know, energy, even though you embody it so well. It's just like you move so quickly through things that to stay in that kind of grounded connection and listen to spirit can be difficult for y'all. But this is saying that that's really where you're at. You're hearing clearly, you're hearing the divine in yourself clearly. You're speaking through the highest self, you know, and you're a clear channel. So that's beautiful. And then I forgot to show, the deck might be just a little over my timeline, but so this is how you're showing up to others, Six of Swords. So a lot of people are seeing you sail away from maybe a troubled time. You know, I'm thinking about a particular Aries moon. One of my fairy god babies has an Aries moon, and it's like, I'm so proud of the progress that they've made. Just really not worrying about them anymore in terms of like, are they around the right people? Are they, you know, gonna get trapped into another toxic relationship? Blah, blah, blah. No, y'all are like, no, we're moving on. We really did it. Like, we've learned our lessons. Those, you know, are behind us. There's clear waters in front of us. Yeah, maybe we're still like seeing y'all as looking back a little bit, making sure, okay, am I clear of that? Yes, I am. That's like the most recent conversation that I had with my Aries moon baby was like, oh, okay, yeah, I mapped that thing, that past thing, almost it tried to come back, and I just closed the door on it. So beautiful, congratulations. how you're seeing yourself. Yes, Aries, King of Wands, and that awesome Martian masculine energy. Love this card. Just yeah, courageous, rushing forward. I mean, really like this Aries energy is grabbing out. I think in the next month you're just so amazing. Really happy for you. You know, just hold on to that. It doesn't even matter whether, you know, everyone else is seeing it. Like, this is so important for you to see yourself this way, Aries moon, and just really get tapped into your courage and your passion again. And you know, even since it's your moon sign, you're feeling that emotional pull, it's a great time to go out into the world and whatever you're passionate about as an activist, or, you know, start that project that you've been wanting to, like, for your community, help that friend, make that trip, you know, to see that friend who really like needs somebody to come in and just, you know, fairy godmother it. So go for it. That's amazing. And this is again the action that you're taking. Just be happy, just be in your joy, just share your joy. The sun card, that's so wonderful. Be childlike. Don't be afraid to express from that place, and, you know, trust again. It seems like there was some, you know, stuff that you had to come through, but it's okay to like feel and expect good things from life, and expect, you know, and create your days around your joy and your happiness. That's beautiful. So I do have just a few more seconds to talk about the bottom of the deck, the Six of Discs, Six of Pentacles. So this is really, again, talking about your independence and just being able to stand in your joy and your self-possessions. Lovely, Aries moon. Beautiful. All right, so we're going on to Taurus moon, and the Five of Swords jumped out. So I am going to put it down for where you, how you're feeling right now. I like, Taurus moon is exalted. So you guys are, Taurus moon is usually very grounded emotionally. So if you're feeling this, it's not made up. It's like somebody really hurt your feelings, and or maybe you're the one who just won the argument. I know Tauruses can like stick their horns in people, and it's just like, ooh, when y'all do it, like, we feel it. It's wounding for sure. But my first feeling for those of you who are watching is that maybe it's yeah, someone hurt you. You got in an argument, and nope. I mean, this lady looks pretty smug. So again, like, I mean, if you just like soundly whooped someone, congratulations. I mean, you won the argument. But like, if you're the old dude looking out, and we're like, oh, I mean, you probably don't feel that great about it, even if you won, because your boo is just like, oh. But you know, you guys are grounded, like I said. So if you needed to say something, she didn't even like put down her sword. I love that there's 4 swords on the ground. She's still holding one. She's like, case. Damn. And there's an Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, maybe y'all is feeling yourselves. Maybe you just kind of like put the smash on someone, and you're in your passion. You're like definitely fired up. So you could have a little bit of that temper, that ego on you. And like, if y'all, like, since, you know, like I said, I trust the Taurus moon to not be like violent on people. So if you said it, you probably needed to say it. Let's see how other people are feeling. Like, seeing you, Princess of Cups, so lovely with the dolphin there. That's so Venusian. That's, you know, exactly that Taurus energy when it's in high vibration. It's just like, lovely. I've got my robe. I'm relaxed. I'm on the beach in my mind. If not, you know what I mean? People are saying it's pretty relaxed and in control. It's not unlike the stance that this, woman has here. It's kind of, she's kind of languid, just feeling herself. Not like getting a lot of words for y'all. They're not giving me like too much chit chat. It's just like, this is what it is. So I guess y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, even if I'm not saying much. So, how you're seeing yourself, 3 of Wands. It's like, now that that's over, I got plans. This is not the 6 of Swords energy sailing away from, but it's, to me, this is like that Western facing card. You're dreaming, you've got plans. Pyramid energy, means maybe you're talking to a few people. Again, we've got the severed head. It's interesting that I never quite get this card in this deck. But again, this is giving me a little bit of Queen of Swords-ness of like, okay, it's almost like after the argument, the person is still in the conversation. I don't get the feeling that they left. You know what I mean? They just like had this coming to them, and now the conversation is happening with the ego has been severed. And so I guess from there, plans can be made. That makes sense to me. I mean, sometimes when you can't communicate with someone until, and we all get on our high horse, you know what I mean? I'm a Leo, so it's like I have to have people in my life who can put me in my place. My brother, the Scorpio, is chief number 1 when it comes to that, But like, if I can't listen, until sometimes like my head gets cut off like that, where it's just like, oh, and then I'm just like, oh, that's it, everything else. It could even be hormonal for this person. I had my friend make a post about dudes in their periods. So it's hilarious. But we all know, like, we have cycles no matter what gender you are. And testosterone is a very amazing and wonderful and dangerous drug. So, yeah. Somebody looks like there's somebody got their comeuppance, but now that, they had it, y'all can talk. And look at that. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Discs. So that's really saying, and that's in the action position. So whatever y'all is talking about now, and again, these are not love readings. The moon readings are designed to just be more about your relationship with yourself. So you don't even have to have anybody else in this conversation, but there is always the others. We're not in a vacuum on the planet. You're not watching my YouTube video like from under a rock. So there are people in your life who you're interacting with regardless. And, I think one of the things I want to help people get is that, we are in this together. So whether you're in a traditional relationship or not, you're always preparing yourself for soul reunion. You're always in one, coming out of one. Well, you have multiple soulmates. There's somebody thinking about you right now that's like just getting it. There's somebody you're thinking about that like you're manifesting, there's always that. But like this 10 of Discs is really about legacy and such a wonderful feeling, such a very Taurian, Venusian feeling. Like 10 of Discs is like the patience is paying off. You are creating legacy, whether you're doing that like in a traditional partnership, at your job, with a project, in your family. You're really securing the future, what the ancestors call like the 7 generations, a sense of future. So it's your children, your children's children, like that. So beautiful, Taurus moon. Here we go. Gemini moon. Gemini moon. My mama has a Gemini moon. Y'all so crazy. Literally. Don't worry. I love you. Ace of Swords fell out. Gonna take it. And these cards are coming fast. Thank you, ancestors, because we set the timer. All right, and the other 2 came too. So we got Ace of Swords for how you're feeling. In your truth. Gotta say it. Gonna say it. Thank God you're saying it. People need to hear it. Thank God somebody's clear. Speak your truth. Gemini is about communication. When you have that Gemini moon, y'all are brilliant communicators. and you can do so inside of your emotional connection to others, which people doubt that you have sometimes because it might feel like you're very, I guess, cold is the word, but you really are connected. You're very deep channelers. So, it's like you're saying the things, we need you to say the things that other people are afraid to say, or it doesn't even occur to them to say. So beautiful. All right, so these came out like this. So I'm feeling that on either side of you, again, people are seeing you as the Queen of Cups, which is this very lovely energy, Gemini moon. You're grounded, again, you're in the water, so it's like the rough waters in this card are behind her, the calm waters are before. You're on your throne. Your throne is the sea. You're not afraid of the sea. The sea is being controlled. The ethos, the waters around you are responding to your mood. And so probably that's a communication for you, just to realize that. Bambi, like every time I go like this, I'm like, okay, you want to be seen. It's my twin. Twin. Okay, Gemini moon. See, when you're channeling, it's just like ridiculous. Yes, people, they want you to know that you actually are having quite a watery energy right now, as people as to how people are experiencing you. And I'm sure there's a reason for that. I can't remember what is in Gemini right now, but if you want to make a comment, I'll try to come back to that. But people are going to be affected by your mood right now. And so just realize that you can actually change your environment, change the way that people are feeling around you. And that's a lot of power, and it's grace. And you don't have to worry about how you're doing that, because like seems like you're just really lovely right now. And you're feeling like mothering and nurturing. But if you're not, just recognize that you can shift into that for people to just, if you're experiencing discomfort, you can actually change your environment. So maybe there's something you need to say in order to have it be more workable for you. I'm the type of person, I have that Queen of Cups energy with the Pisces rising. So I'm the type of person who, like, if I'm at somebody's house and the lighting is bothering me, I'll actually like ask them if I can change it. Other people think that's rude. I'm just like, it's something not only that, changes the energy for me, but for others, and usually improves the mood. So don't be afraid to speak up and do that and provide that. And then for yourself, how you're seeing yourself, you have the Three of Discs. So there's a real teamwork energy that you have right now. I think that's pretty typical of Gemini moon. So again, like, you're feeling like yourself, you're in the meetings, you're talking, you have a vision, you've got whoever you need on your team who shares your vision, which is nice. Probably, I'm not seeing this here, but let's pull the last card, the Total Six of Discs. So again, in the traditional tarot, this is about reciprocation, and this card seems to be about balance, different kind of balance like within yourself. So, you've worked hard for your independence and your emotional balance, and if there's an action that you would take right now, apologies, I just got out. If there's an action that you take right now, it's going to be something around asserting your independence, even though, you are a team player. Just continue to like vocalize your own desires, and things will go really well for yours, not only you, but the people around you. So awesome, Gemini moon. Just realized that my phone is low in battery, so I'll have to figure that out in a minute. Cancer moon. I knew this was, I felt this energy before. Cancer moon is hot. It's such a weird fire energy for you guys. Okay. Something's making your blood boil a little bit, Cancer Moon. It's not angry. It's just a little... Maybe it is a partner. Maybe there is a commitment that is making you feel a little bit... It's unusual for you because Cancer Moon is commitment oriented. But I'm getting the feeling just from that heat that just came through that it's like, whoo, this person is passionate about you. This is not a passion card. Hierophant is like, but it's something like this person, maybe there's a proposal and they're just like, let's do this. Get in there. Like, and you're just like, ooh, it's making you sweat. It's making you sweat. Okay. I mean, it's making you sweat. I'm not going to say whether it's good or bad. I mean, you have the Sun card. People are seeing you happy. This is another like card with two people on it. There's some kind of partnership going on for you. Again, don't feel left out if you're a Cancer Moon and you're like, oh my God. I mean, this is very much, as an Aquarius Moon, I'm a person who partners with spirit. So, you know, at the center, it's again, like maybe you're just feeling so connected to yourself and God that, you know, you're radiating joy, and that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. That is absolutely the kind of thing that will call in a soul union if, you know, that is what you want. That will almost take you off guard, because that's the kind of thing that happens when you're like whole into yourself, and then it's just like, oh, this person is just like, I'm gonna put a ring on it, and you're like, oh my God, all the times you were like scrambling and chasing that fuckboy or whatever, that trying to get that out of someone who like wasn't right for you, and then as soon as you just are like, you know, complete into yourself, that person just beep beep. So that's lovely. But there is the Four of Cups, so there was some kind of disappointment again there, and there's a full moon in the background, and Four of Cups can be like, maybe like, this is, you know, you to yourself. So there is some kind of boredom, or I am getting more of a feeling of like you've been looking for this and waiting for that kind of commitment for a while, and it's just like, I'm bored. You know, it's full moon. Maybe when I'm drinking this weekend, and you know, it's not a Three of Cups energy. It's like somehow you just ended up feeling like more alone. If you're around people, you feel alone because like you're looking for your partner. But again, you know, there is, because in the middle, I think this is really, they're saying, you know, commit to yourself. I know y'all are just feeling so irritated with me for saying that, but there is something where it's like this that I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like, you can watch a bunch of YouTube readers give you messages like, and talk about how it's just happening and all of these things, and you know, I feel like there's a lot of love energy going around, and so partnership is in the air. But I think a lot of people are frustrated with the gap between what, you know, has materialized, and like that there is love, you know, between, you think maybe you found that person, but it's not really quite baked yet. But it's like, are you baked with yourself? Like, you know, if I'm not getting the messages that I need, you know, from these readers, well, how about I deliver the messages that I need, you know, that you need here? So it's something like that for y'all. Like, are you demonstrating, you know, are you treating yourself the way you want to be treated? And that gets very, very literal. Like, when you're by yourself in a crowd, you know, there are ways that I can become at a party like my own partner. It's like, I often have this party of one experience where people are like, what's so funny? And I'll literally be the crazy person, like in the corner laughing with myself, you know, because I am my best company most of the time. I really am. I just, like, I've got my ancestors and my angels and Bambi and my grandparents. It's just like, I'm chilling. Like, you know, if that person isn't amusing you, like, are you amusing yourself, you know? And this is such a great confirmation about the action, again, to bridge the gap between, this is like so much joy. And again, this is sun and moon energy, so it's actually quite balanced when I look at it. It's like, okay, you're merging that feminine energy, that moon energy, into like an actualization of joy in the partnership. So the star card is just saying, keep the faith, don't give up hope. It is happening. What you want is coming to you. And again, like, you know, be in prayer, be in ceremony, be with spirit, make sure that you're connecting with the creator, and just like keep that sunny disposition, because people are going to see you and be very, very magnetized to you right now. The moon, you know, and the sun both have this really like magnetic, attractive energy. You're reflecting what you want to see in others, and vice versa. So that's beautiful. Cancer moon. I'm gonna pause this really quick, my timer, and just see if I can sort out this janky connection so we don't lose y'all. I don't know if that's going to stay, but we'll see. See? I know y'all know what I'm dealing with on my phone once you plug it in. It's like not stable now. I don't know how y'all do this. These readers, I love this reader too. What is her name? Secret Tarot. That's where I got the idea to just do an hour, because I was like, I can't do this, y'all. This is, when I see people doing like all the 12 signs and it's like, you know, 20 minutes and half an hour, that's a lot of work, y'all. I don't think you understand when you're waiting for these readers to come out with this shit, like how much work it is to chill at that level for like every sign. So I was like, let me just do this 5 minutes. I'm gonna do this once a month to start and see how this goes, because I'm already doing a lot of work for the collective. So it's one thing, again, find your own way, because sometimes we get stopped. I've known they've been asking me to do YouTube, you know, readings and whatever this is for a minute, but I just haven't been alive, and that's why I've been watching y'all being like, that's all we is. I was like, that's a lot of work. I don't want to do it. All right, so this is for, where are we? Leo moon. I just said Leo. I always call it. So funny. Hi, Leo. Leo moon. Yeah, it's 3 of this. So this is you know, I was just speaking to it. It's like, this is this a natural energy for Leo moon? My brother has Leo moon, but he's Scorpio. He's always plotting things out like this. But yeah, y'all are feeling like pretty motivated. I feel like you've got, you know, a team of people. You've got a project. It's important to you. You have a larger vision. You know, again, this is the ancient Egyptian tarot. So talking about planning out something large, something that's really going to move a large number of people is what I'm feeling. And it's taking some doing, but it's a really beautiful, divinely, again, we're talking about 3 energy on Easter, Holy Trinity energy. I always call the Holy Trinity femaleness, blackness, and queerness, but this is like a whole other level of just like, how are you in flow with your divine energies? They're in balance. If they're not in balance, you know, if there's anything out of balance internally, like somehow you've got someone on your crew who's really picking up the slack where you left off, and it's working. The communication is working in your life, your communication with yourself, other, like we're doing, you know, self, other, and like how you're feeling. So again, that's the Trinity energy. So you're connected, you're in flow. But we do have the 5 of Swords on the how other people are seeing you on the ascendant energy. So there may have been a recent argument. There may be, you know, someone, and it's funny when I was saying that about if there's something out of balance internally, you're attracting, and what they wanted me to say was that you're attracting that externally too. You're attracting that, whatever that out of balance is. But the other thing is true, that like with this, how you're feeling, the three of discs, that there is like, and this might be like in your friendships or at work, some one area of your life is working really well and you feel like you have everything you need, and wherever your weakness is, like it's being felt. But it seems like maybe when you get down to two, when it's just the two of you and there's a partnership, y'all is arguing a lot, or there's an energy around you, and it could be, again, could be your partnership is working, and at work there's somebody who's stressing you or what have you, or you're stressing them. But for whatever reason, you might be feeling a little argumentative. That Aries energy is gonna be clicking around to your ninth house. It's just something about like the larger your experience you're having in life is that there's some conflict and resistance around you. So let's see, because how you're seeing yourself. Princess of Cups, it's like, you know, you're chilling. It's not the most mature energy. It's not Queen of Cups, but it's like, you know, Fairy Godmother, I have my, you know, pentacles in line. I have my dreams. You know, I'm feeling connected. I'm looking at my vision board. I feel like these things can happen. You know what I mean? I just need this person to get it together and get on board with me. And, you know, when Leo, I always say about Leo moon, Leo energy is often misunderstood, because Leo really, people always think Leos need to be in charge, but Leo really likes to do our best for people. And if we overstep someone's boundaries or like fail an expectation, we get really in our feelings about it. So what we need from people is actually that expectations are clearly communicated. Often people think, because like we're so savvy, that we know like exactly what y'all expect from us, and we don't. So it's like, you know, maybe someone's not, you overstepped something and you just didn't know. So you need to now, you know, get those communications cleared up. And again, 10 of these cards are very repetitive, so I'm gonna make sure I do a good shuffle here. But still, I just think that's just what it's about. There's a lot of legacy energy right now for people. There seems to be a lot of things coming together where, like, if we can just get these couple of kinks smoothed out, and that's how this is feeling, because these are very good cards, but there's like, somehow people are still experiencing the Leo moon as like combative or what have you. And you know, especially like the male lion just roars to roar. We don't even have to be upset about things. It's just like, if there's a lot of fire energy going on, you know, it just comes out. So it might just be as simple as that. It's just being able to communicate, like, look, sometimes I roar, it's not even about you. Like, there's just a little kink to line up that, like, this is happening. It's, you know, you really can't mess it up either way. You know, people are on board. They get your vision. They want to be a part of it. You know, they want to, like anybody that comes around a Leo, like be fed and share in the fun and the wealth and the joy and the beauty. So, you know, just be secure with yourself, Leo moon. You're doing great. Moving on to Virgo moon. Virgo moon. In this next lunar cycle. Talking about April. Really, this energy is being read for the last week of the full moon to late May. Look at you guys, Virgo moon, Prince of Swords. As soon as I said Virgo moon, I got this like really, a little nervous. You guys can be a little nervous energy, but Prince of Swords is like, you know, he's chilling, he's rolling, he's got ideas. Maybe your ideas are a little bit like how you're feeling. They're not quite, there's a lot of clouds. You're above the clouds, but there's still a lot of cloud cover. So I'm getting your, however you're feeling, it's separate from people right now. And maybe there's like maybe you just don't care how other people feel right now. You're just like, you have your ideas, you have your vision, maybe people aren't getting it, and it's like, just, you're rolling forward regardless. You're not flying. I mean, you're literally in the sky, but not flying for it, like meaning really fast or galloping, but you are just like moving on. And where your cruising altitude right now is in the land of ideas. So which is very mercurial Virgo moon. So I mean, I'm kind of getting from this, you're feeling like yourself. You're not anywhere you're not used to being. You're not way out of bounds. Stalker cards. I did do a good shuffle for this, so I don't know. So you're at 9 of Cups too. Again, a lot of people, I know there's a very strong partnership energy going on for Virgo energy in general. Partnership energy. Scorpio card comes out there, so I don't know what's going on with y'all, but Virgo moon, death card, how you're seeing yourself. Well, you are in a pretty deep transformation, so it's interesting that I was saying this card is very mercurial. I'm trying to find a way to express that Prince of Swords can be, your ideas can be a little it's a little egotistical, it's a little bit like immature, like the prince is kind of thinking about, like in the rom-com, you're the one who's just like, you're pissing off the person who wants to be with you, and that's charming. It's the way you write it, where you're just like, spill coffee on her, but you don't even want to like pay for it. You kind of being a dick, but it's like because you like the person. I can't stand y'all right now, Virgo moon, but you're getting away with it, But at the same time, in reality, it's a front. I think that people are, whoever your partner is seeing this, like maybe they're feeling this. They want this deeper commitment. They want, 9 of Cups again, like I said, in the ordinary, like Rider-Waite Tarot is going to be about independence, but this is coming up on the ascendant of just like people are looking for love. And so, Virgo really has that energy where you can like captivate people, and it's something about your inaccessibility, I guess, and that like prince like energy. And again, this is male or female or everything in between and out of bounds. But you're having a very deep transformation. You're actually like with yourself in a very, something that maybe can't be communicated. And that's why people are a little bit put off by the way you're communicating, Virgo moon, because, maybe you're just charming and you're telling the person what they want to hear, but I'm not getting the sense that you can quite like deliver that yet, because you're still in this transformation. Like you're having a big ego death, so maybe it has to do, getting out of that place of like pissing off the person that you like as like access to, triggering them, and going to a higher level of like, actually, I get that I didn't start out on the right foot, but here I am, Ace of Wands, like really, in my passion, and like I'm ready to have that new beginning. And I actually get that the way that I was being like kind of just didn't work. So can we start over, And it's passionate, your communication, that I feel like you're going away from this kind of apathy, this kind of like laissez-faire, attitude, into this like, really, what, I want this, like, let's do it, and I'm in. And maybe it's not quite this, the way the other person feels, but it is passionate, and you're not afraid anymore to like make a new start, and that's really beautiful. So congrats, Virgo moon, on your growth. I'm so glad this is something. All right, Libra moon, love ya. Do I love you? Anybody who knows me knows I like get really triggered by Libra energy. Like I really do love y'all. That's my mom. Damn, the stalker card. Six of Discs. You guys are feeling yourselves. You're in balance. You worked really hard for this. Well, balance is your word. You are not doing, I mean, this is a little bit of a performance. I'm looking at just like you've got, I actually feel like a lot of y'all just like did spring cleaning and you're really feeling it. You're like feeling your home environment. You're like, I got it. I worked it out. This just makes you guys feel really good. Like feel, you know, Libra moon feeling balance, energy around you is right. You've done, and it's on an emotional, it's not just your environment, but I think it really starts with your environment. So if you're not feeling that balance over the next month, really focus on that spring cleaning. A lot of people are a little late. The spring energy is a little late for people. So, you know, do it now. It's going to make you feel better. Another six of swords. So, you know, you're in forward movement. You're definitely not stagnant. You're coming out of some, you know, clutter. Again, very literal there to me about like having, you know, gotten some aspect of your shit together. And again, it could be any area of life, work, relationship, but I am getting strong vibration of home. And you might have even just moved somewhere. There is a strong directional energy to these two cards together, like whoosh. So even though neither of them are specifically about travel, Six of Swords can be about travel, but it's, to me, again, this is a moon reading. It's more about the feeling of like, whew, just like I'm out of that now. That's over and I can move forward. And this, you know, King of Wands energy is definitely, you know, confirmation of moving forward. Just like, just you to yourself, how you're seeing yourself right now. I really like this for Libra because Libra moon, I mean, there's no indecisive cards here. What I love for Libra moon right now is that you are really in forward movement. This is a very decisive card. I mean, if this energy is coming up for how you see yourself, I would capitalize on it big time over the next month, Libra moon, because y'all don't feel like this very often. So this is remarkable to me. I love it for you. I'm really excited about, like, you know, projects taking off. The move is going to be successful. Just go for it. That is awesome. You seem to have just cleared over that clutter that you cleared out. Has you feeling unstuck, and that is fantastic. Love, love, love. My goodness, these cards are so. But again, this is like, hasn't come out in the action position. The Hierophant, loving it. Since we did just have a Libra full moon, I'm guessing there's a lot of partnerships, and this is a theme. So look, if you have, commit. This is just like exactly what I was saying. Move forward, be decisive, commit to that project, to that move, to that lover. Like, I mean, you've got all the mojo right now. Make it happen. Don't hesitate. I mean, really, 3 sheets to the wind for you, Libra. That's really awesome energy. I had a little extra time, so I feel like maybe just there's a clarifier. The World. Wow. Damn, Libra moon. Loving it. So you did just complete a cycle. And you're getting a lot of mojo from fixed energy, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. So that could be like your partnering energy, or that's just like the vibe that you're taking on. We are going into Taurus season, and even though that doesn't, Taurus and Libra don't necessarily vibe by comparison. Like Getting hot again. That was a lot of fire. You're both Venusian. So there's just like, there's a lot of love and self-love, it feels like, that you've cultivated, and that is why you're not indecisive. You don't need anything from anybody else, and that's just lovely. A lovely, that's the Libra word, lovely place to be in. Fantastic, guys. Scorpio moon, Scorpio moon. Ba, 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 ba. Do you guys do that? That's my mom does that. She's a Scorpio rising. Channeling her a lot right now for some reason. She sings a little bit. Scorpio moon, Scorpio moon. Just saying Scorpio moon, I just feel like I got so intense. These cards are like, what is it, Scorpio moon? You're not, you don't know how you're feeling, I guess. That's typical. All right, the bell went off, so here you are. All right. You're finishing a cycle. Yeah, okay, I get it now. You don't know how you're feeling because you're just done, and done is complete, and that's not, it's like the end of a work day, it's the end of a long day, it's like been the longest day of your life. It feels like, I don't feel like you're really tired, but you're just like, I'm done. There's been so much like dumbness that you don't even know how to feel anymore because you just cut. Scorpio will just cut. So when y'all complete things, complete relationships, complete jobs, yeah, you're just done. You're done. This is a funny energy. I'm gonna enjoy this. Okay, yeah, you done. And people know it. Ten of Swords. This is how people are seeing you. Got Ten of Swords that came up for the Aquarius reading, and again, that's also like in here. So, you know, if you're dealing with an Aquarian, they might actually be seeing you as the person who raided their tomb. Like, they're a little done with you. But again, I think you're feeling, maybe you're done with yourself. Maybe you're done with like that aspect of you that just can like sabotage your relationships to the level that like nobody even knows what to do with you anymore. You put 10 swords in your own back, and just like, wow. King of Swords. But you know, to yourself, you are, I mean, the good thing about that is you have clarity. You can actually, you know, communicate. Again, I don't get this as like, since this is to yourself, again, I don't feel like you're able to, this is a way, well, it's going towards, you know, the middle of the spread. So at least you're not running away. Sometimes, you know, Scorpio men, you can be in that like withdrawal where you're just like, yeah, I totally get, like you've been having the conversation to yourself for months, I feel like, to the fact that you've nailed it. Like, it's all like, I'm getting this energy of like, you're talking to yourself for all parties involved, you know, for your boss, for that like person you like, for, you know, and there's all these like potential conversations. And actually, finally, from this energy I'm getting, you're not there yet, but to yourself, you're ready to have the conversation. And let's see how, like, the action that you can take to be, yeah, okay, so you got King and Queen of Swords, so there is a matchy energy. It's like, if you take that truth out into the world, it's going to be a little harsh, I'm getting. And, you know, that's just how y'all do. Scorpio moon don't play. So you're done. You've got to, and the good thing about that is you're in a high vibration of communication with the people who you are still, let's say, if you just got done dealing with a bunch of mess, you now finally have it for the partner, you know, for the people that you want to partner and create communication with. Let's see, in actuality, this is coming towards this. So I'm feeling this masculine energy coming towards, you know, this is the energy that you can take out into the world, but also, you know, you yourself here. And this is not, again, this is a hard fought energy, I think, for Scorpio moon, because it's air energy, it's clarity. So there's not those murky waters of the feeling. Like, I think that you've really come out of that. You're in this high vibration. Your masculine, feminine energies are coming into balance. If not within yourself, you can now seek the energy in the world that is a match for you, because you're royalty, and, you know, and people need to get that Scorpio moon, like, feels deeply is loyal, and, you know, you've got to now be responsible for directing that energy towards the people who are worth directing it towards, and believing that there are people who are worth directing it towards, because that can be difficult for y'all sometimes. It's like, I don't, you know, there's a lack of trust, and so you tend to almost rather waste your energy on people who you know aren't worth it than, like, be disappointed because you're so deep feeling, you know, be disappointed by people who are worth it. All right, Sag moon. Oops, spicy, I have to say it. So the Hermit card. Really, Sagittarius moon? All right. Okay. All right. That's surprising. Okay, so you're inward. You're in Aries season. What the hell? I mean, you're not wasting your energy. You're out for the truth. You're out for that deep inner truth. Yeah, I feel that, Sag. That's the valuable truth. That's like when you're not wasting your energy on a million, like, things and people and activities. I mean, y'all can connect to some spirit. You can really get into yourselves and get into the esoteric nature of things. You're taking your study deeper. You're getting to a deeper level of spiritual truth for yourself. You know, but again, it's not that back to school, you know, let me Google 1,000 things on this and, like, got lost in it. But, you know, stillness, I'm feeling internal, you know, in your caveness. So let's see what the interactions have been that might have driven you to that. Okay, so people are seeing you as, like, out for something big, you know, visionary, 3 of discs. We got, again, big plans are coming up for people. I think there's just a lot of projects, personal passion projects and things that are getting moved forward. And so, yeah, people are seeing you as available to talk about that, to talk about the future at least. But again, even if you're in those conversations, I'm feeling that you are holding this deeper truth, you know, and again, it's making you feel, wow, these cards, okay. I haven't used the ancient Egyptian tarot in a while, but they're like my original cards, so I trust them. Like, I'm never like, oh, you know, but they are, there's a lot of, I guess the collective is in alignment right now, and that's one of those things. I haven't experienced this before, but again, I'm also somebody who channels for the collective, so I'm kind of not surprised that, I guess, yeah, I can't be surprised that similar cards are coming through, because in my perspective, we're all kind of going through the same thing. So yeah, Sagittarius moon, you're feeling yourself, you've worked for it. I like this is a lighter energy than, you know, the Hermit. I think you are feeling like pretty serious. So Sag, clumsy. Serious about yourself, which is good. Yeah, that like, I am someone who has this sage wisdom. I can offer it to people. I can be in conversation. I'm a visionary, but like, I'm also like, I want love. I'm in touch with my feminine side. That's nice for Sagittarius moon. I get that you're actually, to yourself, you are in touch with your feelings. Their little princess is not the mature energy, but it's connected. Nice. And so what can we do if there does seem to be, between the Princess of Cups and the Three of Discs, like some gap between how you want to experience love and, you know, that you're in this kind of more these stern esoteric talks and plans with people. And so Prince of Swords comes up as your action card over the next month. So this is very, who did this come up for? A Virgo moon, which this is a Virgo card. So maybe you are dealing with a Virgo and that's really rubbing off on you. But like, be like your Virgo, be a little bit, you guys can be brusque, but it's like, I think this is allowing yourself that little like immaturity to just, I'm saying all these like buzzwords for Sag, and I'm like, how is this different? This is different because you're not attached to the ideas that you're expressing. You're just expressing them, their ideas. It's like, hey, let's go out and play and dig to China kind of energy. But it's not like, hey, you know, this is the world view of like what China is, and if you're not seeing it as this, then there's no point in digging there, you know. Like, that's the Sag energy, but it's just like overinflated. And so because I think you want to play that you want to experience love, you want to splash around in it a little bit. I'm not seeing this like deep yearning for love, but it's like you've been hermited. So yeah, I think you want a little bit of that spring zing. So if you want that, ask people to play. I'm almost getting just ask the person out if there's a person, and if not, create play dates for yourself. It's fun. So I like play dates for Sag moon. Cute. Capricorn moon. Last ones. Oh yes, the Chariot. Oh my gosh, I'm loving how the energy right now just seems to be like all the growth energy, and I'm a growth addict. So when I see this Capricorn moon forward movement, I mean, the Saturn ruled, stoic, stuck. I'm gonna, 10-year plan. Oh my God, is your 10-year plan coming together, Capricorn moon? Is that what's going on? Yes. I mean, the Chariot, forward movement. We've got, light and dark and tow and balance, and like, here we go. Like, this is zipping along. And so, from your moon energy, like, you are feeling ready to go. And that's awesome, Capricorn moon. Congratulations. That's really a blessing. So let's see, how are you interacting with people? What's making you? Ace of Swords, yes. You're speaking your truth. People are hearing it. People are receiving it. People are acknowledging your leadership. There's nothing, heavy about, what you're communicating and how you're communicating. But people are seeing you as like clear, okay? Not one to mess with, not like but just like ready to make a new beginning. And I like how the Chariot is actually moving towards the Ace of Swords. So you're moving towards your outer self. You're moving towards people you're done with your hibernation. You're ready to get out there. And if people want to engage with you, you're totally for it. That's awesome. Queen of Cups. To yourself, balanced, high vibrational, intuitive. I like that for Capricorn moon. I like the intuition. I like the feeling in the flow, connectedness. I think you're sensing things around you. I'm wondering if that's not a little bit disorienting. I don't know why. I just got this like kind of hazy pain around my temples, a little headachy. Capricorn, you get those tweaks and feels and a little psychosomatic Capricorn moon. So, just being gentle with yourself, nurturing yourself, understanding, okay, if I zip forward, if I go for that jog and I'm out there and I'm with it, I need that day to just be the self-care day. I like that for you. You're not overworking yourself. You're not overextending yourself. The Queen of Cups is facing away, from people. And so that, is saying you are going inward when you need to go inward. Let's see if there's any actions that you can take to bridge the gap. Interesting. 4 of Cups in your action card. This is a little bit like what the Aquarius moon got for action. Is 10 of Swords is not really an action. 4, it's a way of being like, I'm just done. I'm letting you know I'm done. 4 of Cups is a little bored. And in the action card, moony energy, it's kind of like drinking. This person is like drinking with herself. Ancestors, what are we telling Capricorn moon about this? Action to take to bridge the gap between self and other. I'm actually there's a totally different interpretation I'm getting here that's like drink the Kool-Aid. Hell, you're gonna hate me. It's like there's an elixir energy. I almost feel like she's just like, this is going with the Queen of Cups energy. It's just, this very not Capricorn moon. It's like trusting it's like drinking someone else's drink at the bar. I feel like she was sitting there. And people are just clearing out, and you're like, well, if you're not going to drink it, I don't know why that's your action, but like, that's to me so awesome. Ding, ding, ding. I guess that's what it is, you guys. Drink the Kool-Aid. Get into the mix. Even if you get, like a little, just let yourself, like it's saying they're going to take care of you. You're going to really have an experience of yourself that you need to have for whatever reason. That's just going to help you like own this forward movement and be super empowered. So amazing. Thank you all for your listening. Thank you, angels, ancestors, guides, ascended masters. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. And just bless everybody on their journey of unconditional love over the next lunar cycle. Love y'all. Talk to you soon.